What's up, y'all? Get them likes in while we wait. Get them likes in, get them likes in, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you in here. All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Keena's Corner. I'm your girl, Keena, and I thank you sincerely for being here in my corner. Here on Keena's Corner, I speak facts, opinions, truths, vulnerabilities, and need to knows. If you are here, please give me a like, a share, a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd appreciate it greatly. Thank you for being here again. So, so tonight is season 3, episode 1. Season 3, season 3, episode 1. Round of applause for that. That's pretty good, y'all. So this makes episode 21 in total. 21 in total, right? Um so tonight's episode, it was chosen by a fan. This is a fan's choice. Again, I do take suggestions. If you have them for me, just let me know. Somebody reached out to me on my Keena's Corner page on Facebook. If you are not following that, please do so for me. I have a profile, my just my regular profile, and of course I have this page for Keena's Corner. So somebody reached out to me, and so tonight we'll kind of discuss. You hear that phrase, "Happy wife, happy life," right? No, it should be happy spouse, happy house, right? This is kind of we'll kind of discuss, what a man, or a woman kind of should be doing when they're in a commitment or a marriage, right? And I want y'all to also keep in mind tonight that, a lot of what I say are opinions, not all of them are fact. This is just could be strictly based upon how I feel. You could disagree, but everybody's got an opinion. So, you welcome, welcome to disagree because your opinion just may happen to be different than mine. So without further ado, let's just jump into this episode. Again, this is the title of this episode is Happy Wife, Happy Life. No, I disagree. It should be Happy Spouse, Happy House, right? So, first, you know, I know mostly women listen to me. I've seen it. I've found out in my like statistics or whatever that a lot of women listen to. I think about 70% of women actually listen to me, and then 30% men, and it maybe actually be a little higher for women. So, women, we need to get away from the phrase, "happy wife, happy life," because literally, as simply as I can put it, it is literally not all about us. You got to make sure that your spouse, is happy too, that their mental is good too. Is literally not all about us, right? So first and foremost, we have to get away from saying that. Okay. And then like just as much as he makes sure that you're good, you have to make sure that he's good. So like I said, tonight I have like facts and opinions for men and women, not just one, one over the other. I have both. So a person like me, I don't believe in that thing they call 50-50 in a marriage or commitment. I don't believe in it because, I believe in 100-100. You do your very best that you can, and I'll do the best that I can, right? And it's like every day I may not be able to provide that 100%, right? There may be some days I just don't feel like it. I'm tired, but I feel like as my partner, as a spouse, that's where you step in and you're willing to help. Help pick up where I slack. That's how you have to see it when it comes to a marriage, because that literally it should be your helpmate. You should see it that way, right? That's what your partnership is about, whether you look at it like that or not. I truly believe that, right? Helping one another, helping one another no matter what it takes. So, if you have a spouse, or you are married, please know that your partner should never be okay watching you struggle in any kind of way. Any kind of way. And literally, you put this message where it belongs. Put it where it belongs. If this person is helping, like they're watching you struggle, pay bills. If they are watching you struggle with housework, you need to sit down and really talk to that person because, like, are they there to be a burden or help you? Right? Your person should not be. They should not be cool or comfortable watching you struggle. Period. So as a spouse, I also believe that you should be asking like hard questions. The hard questions like, are you happy? Are you okay with me? You know what I'm saying? Is there something that I could work on or fix? Is there anything that I could do, to to help you today, to lighten your load? Those are actually they simple questions. They short and straight to the point, but then they are hard questions because they can really get you an answer that you are absolutely not ready for. But you do need to know how your person is feeling. You do. You should be very in tune with your person. These are the hard questions that you need to be asking if you are um, in a committed marriage or you do have a spouse. Okay. And ladies, we are usually like, we are good communicators, but when you're married, this is a time for you to exercise that communication. You can't let stuff fester up and build up. And when you're mad, you can't give them the silent treatment. You got to go ahead and talk about it, literally. And, I know that we do know, but if you need to hear from a woman, a man can't read your mind. If you want something, if you need something, you're gonna have to go ahead and say it to him. Cause this is how men operate. He can't read your mind. That's just honest as it can get. Go ahead and tell him what it is you need when you need it. If you have to spill it out for him, like they say, spill it out for him. Tell him how you want it done. But communicate it. Don't sit around and assume that he knows, what you need or what you want. Or what's bothering you even. Okay. When you don't communicate what's wrong with you and you let it fester and we can be stubborn. You walk around with the silent treatment, like literally, like so y'all not communicating. That only leaves rooms for that long ass point of negativity where y'all are not talking. It leaves for assumptions and arguments and just negativity between the two of you. When all you really got to do is sit down and talk. If you both care enough to fix it. So the both have to be willing to talk about what's bothering you. Any arguments that you have. You can't have a person that storms out every time y'all have an argument either. That's not going to work. Simply, that is not going to work. Are both men and women that you should be able to disagree like adults, but you've got to be adult enough to try to fix the issue as well. Both of you have to care. Both of you have to care. It can't be one over the other. And please know that, no matter what you go through, no matter how they stormed out, if they stormed out on you, no matter what you were arguing about, please know that whatever it was, you shouldn't still have to worry about what that person may be doing behind your back. Say, for instance, y'all had an argument for real and then they stormed out the house on you, but now you're wondering what they're doing. Something is wrong with it, right? You shouldn't have an argument with your person, but then you're scared about what they are doing out there when they're not in the house. Something is wrong with that too. I don't care what you just went through. That should not be a thought of yours. If it is, it may be something that you ignored back then, or some type of red flag that you ignored. But that should not be a worry of yours. You get into an argument, that's fine. That's what adults do. It's just how you overcome it together, right? Again, y'all both, you've got to be woman or man enough to try and fix it. And you got to care enough to try to get the issue resolved together. Um, if you are with someone who like this person runs out every time you have an argument. I mean, I understand leaving to cool off. That's completely a thing. But if you are with somebody who every time y'all argue, they storm out on you, they just leave. They honestly may not even care enough. They may not feel like whatever y'all were arguing about that is, important enough to fix it. They probably simply don't care. And that's not cool because how are you ever going to get anything resolved if every time you have an argument, they up and leave? They don't want to talk about it. Well, they might not care enough to. Just something for you to consider. So both of us, men and women, have to be willing and able to communicate what we're feeling when we're feeling in it, not letting it, just linger and linger. And then over the days, we just get worse. We get madder and madder about it instead of just talking about it. So, ladies, I've got a few pointers for us as women. If you do desire to be married, I do understand it's not a desire of everybody's, right? But if you do desire to be married, I just got a few pointers for us, for how we can kind of focus on being a good wife if the day comes, or if you are married. I've been married before. I don't know everything, but these are just some opinions from me, some pointers from me. So, number one, ladies, be available. I know we're busy. Like I know we're busy no matter how busy you are, no matter your job, your kids, if you're in school, if you have projects to work on from work, I get it. I understand that you're busy, but you still have to make time for your spouse. You have to. Everybody needs attention. Your man wants attention. You want attention. Of course, you've got to give your kids attention. And this is often what happens when, like, say, people are married and then they have a new baby. Usually that baby will split them right up because the baby needs attention, right? Well, the husband still needs attention too. So you got to have a balance between it. So, again, number one, be available. Two, be encouraging, be his cheerleader. Just be his cheerleader. Like, show support. Be there for him when he needs you. Just be there and show support. Just let him know that you value him because men need that too. It ain't just about us. They need it too, right? Okay. With this one, just remember that men go through so much alone, and it's so much that sometimes we will never know about it because men don't, men are not open with their emotions like that. A lot of times they will not be vulnerable, right? So we won't know about just how much they're going through or what they're feeling. But whenever he needs it the most, just remind him how valuable he is to you. Men need that more than you know. Number three, ladies, the third one I've got is respect. Now, I've heard this literally from a bunch of men. I've heard it from a bunch of men. Ladies, please know that your husband must feel respected. Be willing to accept him, who he is, like how he comes. Like, you can't change him. If he is trying his best, y'all encourage and support him. If he's trying his best, encourage and support him. And I promise you, if you do this, you are going to see that he probably will actually get better at things you want him to improve at. But let him just be himself. He should be comfortable around you. Accept him for who he is. You've got to show respect. Show him that he's loved and appreciated. But he must feel respected. All right. The fourth one I have, y'all, again, like I said, communicate. You've got to be able to communicate, ladies. I know how we get sometimes, but again, I'm just letting you know they cannot read our minds. Say whatever is on your mind. Do not leave that man guessing. Don't give him the silent treatment because they don't do shit. They don't do anything but make it worse. It makes it worse. And I know the silent treatment. I don't like that though. I don't like walking around in silence and stuff. It either way at me because I want to say something. Be willing to communicate what you're feeling though when you feel it, right? You got to be able to tackle these problems together. And getting quiet, that ain't going to fix it. It's not going to fix it. All right. The fifth one I have for us ladies is to be a good listener. Be a good listener. A lot of us have it bad about we are listening or we hear what you say. I'm hearing what you say simply so I can get my point across. So I'm going to tell you what the hell is on my mind. Because, yeah, I heard what the fuck you said, but I got to tell you something, though. So we have got to learn to listen to understand, not listen to respond. Like, listen to what he's telling you. Don't just hear him, but listen to what he's saying. Don't listen to respond, but listen to understand. It does make a difference. I promise it does. Because you won't be so busy trying to hurry up and you wishing they were done so you can get your point across. So listen to understand what he's saying, right? All right. And then the sixth one I have for us, ladies, pray for him. Pray for him. If this is your husband, the person that you're trusting to lead, to protect, to provide, to wear the pants, to make decisions for your household, I surely hope that you're praying for him. Vice versa, he should be able to pray for you too. Just an opinion of mine. And then number seven, ladies, last one I got from my ladies, maintain your independence. Maintain your independence. Know that, you're still gonna have to have a life outside of your husband. A lot of times we get wrapped up in our husband and our kids, and literally we don't have a life outside of that. We don't know how to do anything else. We don't have any friends. We don't want to go out with anybody else. But you have got to have a life outside of that. And a lot of times that's what happens, especially if you do have kids. All you know is your kids, all you know is your husband. But I encourage you to go out with some of your girlfriends, go out by yourself. Encourage him to do the same. Go out with your homeboys and relax. You cannot be under whoever it is 24/7. You're going to get lost in them and you ain't going to know how to do anything else. So everything else will be unfamiliar to you because that's all you know is that person or being under that person. But even that gets old. I promise you it does. It gets old, right? So for my guys, for my fellas, I got some pointers for you as well. Got some pointers for you as well. So number one, the same as women, be willing to communicate. I said willing though. A lot of men are not simply. Be willing to communicate. Like, don't bother your feelings. Do not bother your feelings. Like, it's not okay for you every time you and your woman or whoever your wife have a disagreement that you run out because you don't want to express yourself. You don't want to be vulnerable with her. That's not okay. She can't read your mind either. And understand, like I said before, real women won't hold whatever you have to say against them. Like if you do show your emotions and you are vulnerable and she does see you cry, a real woman is not going to hold that against you. Your wife, somebody that loves you, will not. She won't throw it back in your face. She's just trying to fix this issue with you. But you've got to be willing to communicate. She can't make you do it either. And she cannot read your mind. Number two, fellas, you have to be trustworthy. Trustworthy. Trust. Trust is everything. Keep your word and do what you say you're going to do. Period. Just period. If you are not honest, that shows sneakiness. And in my opinion, when a person is like a compulsive liar and they constantly lie, right? You can't be trusted. In my opinion, y'all, somebody that can always lie and is always lying to me is always capable of more. If you lie, you can't be trusted. Then you're sneaky. You can't be trusted. I just feel like you're capable of doing more. So, fellas, be trustworthy. All right, number three, fellas, be her support. Be her support. Women want to be comforted during rough times. Sometimes we want to be held and cuddled, and sometimes we know that we're gonna be okay, but sometimes we do need to hear it from you. Like we your cheerleader, we need you to be ours too. Let us know that it's gonna be okay. Have her back. Have my back. Right? Be her support, just like she supports you. Number five, correction. Number four. Number four, empathy. Empathize. I know sometimes as men, like I've said, it's hard to be vulnerable, but understand, that a woman needs you to try to understand what she's going through, what she's dealing with, right? Like, say, for instance, me, you have a wife who's a stay at home mom, right? She needs empathy from you still, regardless. She still needs empathy from you. I didn't say sympathy. Sympathy means that I feel sorry for you or you feel sorry for someone. I did not say sympathy. I said empathy. Empathy means you try to understand, like you're trying to put yourself in her shoes, like, right? Although you go out to work and you go out to work in your job and you bring the money back home or whatever, she is still working, taking care of your kids, cleaning up their house and taking care of that home. She still needs empathy from you, is all I'm saying. Try to understand what she may be feeling, where she's coming from. And that was just an example, but there's a lot more that I could really elaborate on, but I don't have time to get into that. Just try to understand where she's coming from. Number five, fellas, be romantic. Like, date her even after you're married. And for a real woman, it does not take a lot. You don't have to go buy this expensive ass gift. Take her to the park. Just show her that you're thinking about her. That's all. Women just want to be thought about. It's literally, for real, the cliche statement. It's the thought that matters. For a woman, a real woman, it is. You don't have to go spend your whole paycheck to impress a woman. But the same way that whatever it took for you to get her, keep doing it while you got her. Don't think you just got her and now you'll feel like you have to do anything else, literally, because you feel like you do got her. Whatever it took to get her, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Period. All right. Number six, this is big, fellas. You have to be willing to help at home. Be willing to help at home. Again, like I said earlier, you should not be okay watching your partner, your wife, your husband struggle in any kind of way. But I'm talking to the fellas, so you should not be okay watching your wife struggle in any kind of way. This is chores, this is financially. Put it where you need it to go, right? But you should not be okay doing that. You should. You should. This is not traditional time back in the day where they just everybody thought or said that a woman just had to be in the kitchen, right? And we had gender roles, right? Well, you should be helping with dishes, laundry, cooking, the kids, homework, chores, or whatever it is that helps lighten her load. It's not that you like a woman in the kitchen. No, you are helping your partner. You're helping lighten her load. That's what you should be doing, right? That's what you should be doing. And you should do it with no complaint because you are trying to lighten your partner's load, is how you got to remember things like these, right? Remember that your woman is not a slave. She's your partner. She's your helpmate. She's your wife, right? She is not inferior to you, meaning beneath you. You are not superior to her. Treat her as an equal. Fellas, please know that if you are a woman's peace, and you make sure that she is good, especially mentally, Know that everything else will be good, including the sex. There was a word. I'm gonna say that one more time. Any fellas that may ever hear me, know that if you make sure you are that woman's peace, and you make sure that she is good, especially mentally, everything else will be good, including sex. If you are her peace, if you are taking care of her and making sure she's good mentally, everything else will be great. So many men wonder why, they always hear like, not tonight, babe, I'm tired, or no, I just, I'm really tired, not tonight. Well, she actually might have had a long ass day, right? She actually may be tired. Maybe she worked all day. She had to come home. She bathed the kids. She made sure homework was done. She cooked dinner. She brought you your food. She brought you a beer. She fed the kids. She made sure you were good. Then she cleaned up the house. Then she cleaned up the kitchen. Then she put the kids to bed. Then she finally was able to take a bath or shower, relax, and then kind of focus on herself. And you still want her to have sex with you. How is she even expected to? How? The problem is that even after that long day of work, she looked out for you, she looked out for the kids, and then it was herself last, right? It was herself last. She worked and came home with no help, right? You had your feet propped up, waiting on the beer, waiting to be served, just like the kids, right? And instead of helping her with whatever needed to be done, you sat there and you didn't help her. But somehow you still expect this woman to want to have sex with you. Mentally, she just ain't there. I'm just going to be honest with you. You've got to make sure her mental is good too. Be her peace. You be her peace. Make sure her mental is good. Everything else will be good and it will fall in line. Facts. Even if you do get your chance to do it, like I said, mentally she will not be there, y'all. She's tired. I promise you. She's tired. And if you do get it, it won't be enjoyable because then now she's thinking about all the sleep that she gonna miss out on. And then she knows she got to get up and do it again. She got to do the same shit all over again tomorrow with like the bare minimum help from her husband, the one who's supposed to be helping her, like lighten her load, take stress off of her, take worries off her, making things easier, but he's not helping. Come on now. I'm speaking tonight. I hope y'all listening, right? So again, for anybody in the back, woman or man, you cannot be okay with watching your partner struggle, your wife, your husband. I don't see how you are. You cannot be okay with it. There's a problem. There's a problem. So remember, regardless, both have to communicate effectively. Like, don't be storming out. Don't sit up there and give each other silent treatment. You've got to talk about your problems. It's about trying to fix your problems together, right? The two of you. That's it. I appreciate your spouse. If they do something around the house, I don't care how small or minute you think it is. If they wash dishes, if they help with the kids, tell them thank you. Show gratitude. Be thankful for them, right? Make time for each other. Make time for each other and then make time for yourself because both are equally important. You have to have time alone just as you have to make time for your spouse. You're going to argue. Please understand this, but know that it's about how it's done as adults, right? It's just about how it's done. Know that whoever you are, you won't always be right, but it's not about being right. It's about trying to fix the issue together. Um, the both of us, men and women, we have to know how to forgive as well. Let this sink. You have to know how to forgive. Everybody makes mistakes. We all make mistakes, but be willing to forgive and then move on. And when you forgive somebody, when you truly forgive them, you can't keep bringing it up. You don't keep bringing it up, throwing it in their face, y'all. You do not use it against them when you truly do forgive them. I'm not saying that you accept mistreatment from anybody. I'm not saying that if you know you're being hurt, abused, cheated on, then yes, do something about it. I'm not saying that you accept any mistreatment, but be willing to forgive where your partner is willing to work. That's a word. Be willing to forgive where your partner is willing to work. If you know where you're being mistreated at. If you constantly have to repeat yourself, y'all, and you see no change and they ain't tried to change for you, they ain't make no changes to what you didn't like or what's hurting you, and they hadn't made any change, okay, yes, of course. An apology with no change in behavior is manipulation, but ask yourself, what are you going to do about it? So I'm not saying that you accept mistreatment, right? But when you're going to forgive, you do so truly. You let it go. You don't keep speaking on it. Again, be willing to forgive where your partner is willing to work. That is a word, period. Remember that a marriage is you choosing to love someone for life. So choose wisely. Remember, it's your choice. You're choosing to love somebody for life. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Your partner is your helpmate, period. They are going to help you. They're going to pick up where you lack. That's just it on it. Just have intention of being a good husband or wife, y'all. Pray together. Keep God first. Be willing to communicate about whatever is bothering you, and you probably will make it, right? But God, of course, got to be your foundation. Be willing to have those tough conversations, right? Make time for them, make time for yourself. Make sure you choose a partner who's willing to fight for you and for your commitment. That's another word. Choose a partner who's willing to fight for you and your commitment. Again, you can get in that ring and fight, but you cannot fight by yourself. You got to have somebody that's willing to fight with you. And I don't mean physically, of course. You got to have somebody who's willing to fight for you and for your commitment. Period. Um, and one more thing before we get into these marriages, having, like I said, have intentions on being a good husband or a wife. Please don't ignore any red flags because I can promise you anything you saw or noticed going on before your marriage started, I guarantee you, if it didn't stop before then, and your marriage is gonna get worse. Don't ignore red flags. Just have intentions on being a good husband or wife. Like, break the mold, be different, because there are a lot of people out here who really ain't ready for that type of commitment, ready to be married. But these were some pointers that I had for tonight. Since I was asked to speak on this topic, that's my spiel. I'm done. I'm done. I'm hot. These lights got me hot. How y'all doing in here? Who in here? I can't see. I feel like one of them hot dogs at the store, just turning. I am hot. Is anybody in here? Excuse me. Anybody in here? I'm so hot. Lord, I'm hot. Well, I guess y'all in here. I can't see. All right, y'all. Well, I see my mama. Hey, mama, if you still in here. I don't know who else in here. It don't look like y'all gonna speak. Hey, mama. Oh, he in here. What up, J Board? Mm. Well, y'all do me a favor, like the video, leave me a comment after it's gone off. If you know somebody who may enjoy my content, what I have to say, have them subscribe to the channel. Ain't a little support ain't never hurt nobody. So y'all, that's my spiel. I'm done. Thank you for tuning in to season 3, episode 1 of Keena's Corner. It's episode 21 in total. I hope you enjoyed tonight as much as I enjoyed delivering this message, y'all. Thank you for stopping by for another episode of Keena's Corner. I'm your Keena, and I thank you for being here in my corner. I'm out, signing out. I love y'all. Talk to you next week.